Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of DED and Antonio. We're almost to season finale here.
One
One more
episode, one
episode,
one away. That's it. That's all we
yep,
got left.
and that's
And
gonna be it. And we're never coming back ever.
never. This was Joe. I I never had the courage to tell you this.
Fantastic journey.
I hated every minute of this journey.
Oh,
I
I know.
I wanted to stab myself in the eyeballs multiple times with forks. Just when I thought about ever recording. So yes, I'm glad that next episode will be our final one, guys. Again, finale. Never will be seen again, ever again.
Yeah.
No.
So this next episode is going to be our season finale for our season 1, which we will return after a little hiatus and bring you guys more content as we kind of focus more on bringing you guys Reemergence, as that's coming out here in the next couple of weeks over on BackerKit, and we're going to get that ready, prepared to get some ad space going, stuff like that. And we're going to be really happy, and I'm going to be making some videos here soon. They're going to be posted up to our Instagram, TikTok, underneath Patrick Games, and Two Dude Productions over on TikTok. So look forward to that, and you guys will get to see the ultimate silliness that I have created with our book. And I'm very happy to say that our book has come out very well, better than I could have ever imagined. And Antonio, I do have to thank somebody else that isn't ourselves today.
Oh.
And that's going to be W Energy over at WDUBBY.com. And they have been awesome sponsors since they've kind of partnered with us the last few times here. And honestly, I've fallen in love with their product. I went ahead, Antonio, I have 2 different flavors now. I have their grape flavor. And yeah, I have their grape flavor and their mystery flavor up in my cupboard at all times.
How's the grape? Scale of 1 to 10.
Antonio, I'm a grape lover, and let me just say it's pretty good.
I gotta say, I like grape as well.
I gotta give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay, all right, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid right there. Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
To me, it's on par with like a grape Powerade.
Okay, all right.
So not bad. If you enjoy that kind of flavor and that's your thing, it's delicious. I like it. I love mystery flavor. I'm a big fan of mystery flavors. I used to eat a lot of the Airheads that were mystery flavor, and if you like those Airheads, it tastes almost exactly like that, and it is beautiful. I get to wake up every afternoon, since I'm a third shift guy, and I get to take a little sippy sip of that on my water, and it's pretty great. And I could not recommend them anymore. So please remember, Patchwork Games is the code, all one word, and it's gonna snag you I'm pretty sure they have it's 20%.
Oh shit!
Off right now for the month.
Damn.
So you guys get an extra 10 for using our code, and if you're really, really excited to go get those bundles, feel free to go get those bundles. They come with a bottle and some sample packs, and pretty good. I will say I got the little sample pack myself a while back, and it was enough so to drive me home. So thank you to W Energy, and thank you to all of you listening. If you watched the ad, if you didn't and you skipped through like you do, totally fine with me. I ain't got no problem. And Antonio, I gotta say, of course, for those that are looking for a sci-fi adventure game that's a TTRPG variety.
Joe, I don't think one exists. I don't think one exists.
I don't think it existed until we decided to. If you love that kind of 90s sci-fi humor that came out in like the form of Spaceballs or in the form of kind of like Starship Troopers, stuff like that. If you guys enjoyed those kind of sci-fi movies with a little twist of humor in them, you'll love Reemergence that's coming out on the 15th over on BackerKit. We are so excited to get that out and get the book out. It's going to be book exclusive only on BackerKit. I apologize. We might be coming to Barnes & Noble at some point in the year. We're still talking with them about that. But for the time being, it's going to be a BackerKit exclusive to go get the physical book. And of course, you can go get the digital version over on our Patreon. which is on sale for the month for just $12. Same price it's going to be for the backer kit. You guys can also go check it out and see what's inside. We have our whole video up there. We've got everything explaining what you're going to find in it, what you're going to not find in it, and what hopefully you will enjoy as you find yourselves traversing the universe around you. And so, yeah, please go check that out, and our Patreon if you love our episodes. And on our hiatus, we're going to have a lot of those Paradigm Coliseum of Madness episodes up there. So you guys can sub for even just $1 to go get those episodes. So if you're feeling the itch, feel free to go do that. And I appreciate you, and much love to all you guys. Before I say, Antonio, there's a top line for this one. Buddy.
Oh boy, what is it? What you hit me with this time?
DM gets mad for asking about a homebrew rule.
Wait a second. So maybe I'm confused.
Pretty simple, easy.
Pretty
title,
simple, but easy. But I'm confused already, and the question will be, I'm gonna withhold questions for them because most time I ask questions and they get answered in the story, but I'm already confused.
Antonio,
but I will let you begin.
It only gets worse from here, buddy. You know that.
Awesome, fantastic.
Go down the rabbit hole, and the rabbit hole blows up at the end.
All right, 1 second. I'm just gonna pop open some wine here, and then we can get going on this thing.
That's what I'm saying, baby. All right. So it goes. I, a 30s female, recently joined an online D&D group, a DM and 3 others, all within our 30s to 40s. I found over on LFG Reddit. I was really happy because I expected fellow mid-30s people to be more level-headed and mature like myself, and for everyone but the DM, that was the case. I joined as a new player in the group, and there had already been 2 sessions in, and according to the players, 5 people combined had already left the group within 2 sessions.
Well, go ahead. Sorry, but yeah, already.
Last of the sentence is just first red flag, which I'm gonna stop there. Sentence number 5. Not even 5 sentences in. If you notice that a lot of people happen to leave, I think that it's a good rule of thumb to ask if they left willingly or they were kicked out.
Yep, that's a good question. That's a good question to ask. Yeah, I would ask the players, like, okay, why the hell are these guys, you've lost 5 players in the span of how many days, Joe?
2 sessions.
2 sessions. So we could say about 2 weeks, and you've lost 5 players. That's a lot of players to lose in the span of 2 weeks. It's a lot of players. There's definitely something funky going on there.
There's only 3 of them that have stuck. So you got to think they've just rotated 5 people through here, which you can assume, let's just say every couple days a new person comes in.
Yep.
They're leaving within that day or the same day.
Right. That's...
I said, I think it's an important question to say if you notice a lot of people leave or a lot of people are concerned or whatever, just ask questions more for context. It does help. It does really, really help. Because if somebody's like, oh, well, we kicked out those, the DM kicked out 5 people.
Next question is why? That's the next logical follow-up question.
Right? But if it's like, oh, they just left willingly. See, to me, that's more like, oh, there's probably scheduling issues.
Yeah.
Could be something, whatever. Just people being people. Maybe they just forgot or whatnot, whatever.
Happens.
It's cool. See, but there's a very big difference when you hear that,
Yes, but, most definitely.
So, in this one, so in my 1.5 sessions total.
God, another person who doesn't even make it past 2 sessions. All right.
1.5 sessions total. Our DM would consistently change the rules and post them in the announcement channel. The specific rule this time was that wizards wouldn't be learning spells by leveling up anymore. By the way, we're at level 3 at the moment. Which, this is a D&D game, okay, right?
Right.
one of the biggest things that I always say is that if you're gonna change really, really, really big rules in D&D or do something homebrewy,
Session
that
0
is something really, really important and could really, really change people's builds. Like Antonio said, Session 0.
Gotta
but
have
second
it.
off, if you're gonna change something mid-game, you gotta talk to everyone about it first. You know, like, hey, I know we have a couple wizards in the group. I just want to let you know that, like, you don't learn spells anymore by leveling up. There's gonna be different ways to do that, right?
Right, but he's doing that, Joe. He's making the announcement. He's telling them that's gonna happen.
But you're telling them. You're not asking.
There's no dialogue. There's no dialogue.
You're not
he's
asking.
This is what's gonna happen.
Right.
No.
We're not even 3. We're not even 7 sentences.
We're
in.
barely a paragraph and a half into this thing. And it's just like fucking. If I'm a referee in like a football game, I'm just throwing one flag after the next. Like, bro, what is this dude's deal? Like, it's just.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying, because, like, the whole thing is, like, first off, it's really weird. For anybody that plays D&D and knows D&D, you're already going to know how fucking weird that is, that they're making wizards not learn spells by leveling up, which, if you're at level 3, if you don't know D&D and you're just watching because you enjoy my beautiful voice and Antonio, you know, it's great. But so if
wow, you want to? Okay, no, it's fine. I see how it is. I'm glad we're done after this next episode. I'm glad, sir.
It's too much. But so if you don't know, at level 3, most of the most D&D classes, if not all of them, I'm pretty sure it is all of them. I can't remember with how much Wizards has changed shit around. But so at level 3, you choose a subclass. And that subclass determines further how your character develops. The fact that we're at this point now, and it's like, hey, you're not learning spells by leveling up anymore, that also implies that your level 3 subclass doesn't get any spells anymore, which that is a huge no-no in my opinion, because it's like, those spells are crucial. And I hate to say it that way because it is crucial that you play the way that the game intends. But if you're going to homebrew something like that, you really, really need to focus and make some effort to make spells do something else, right? Like, they need to be either leveling with you, or you need to make them, like, easy to get, or you can, like, you know, something to help the players out that are playing wizards or casters, because they rely on the leveling system to get their spells.
Well, you know, Joe, and I'm sure you're hopefully going to answer this in the next few sentences you read here. Like, he is offering them obviously he's going to offer them another way, but like, what's the other way to offer? What, they got to read a scroll and that's the only other way they can learn a spell? Like, what even is the other option there? So, like, because the only other way you could play that, in my brain, that's the only other way you can play it. You're gonna have them learn via scrolls, right? But you also have to kind of, pardon the expression here, you have to RNG that into your world a little bit. You have to have those random drops so they can kind of learn those crucial spells they're supposed to learn, or however the fuck you're gonna do this, because it makes no fucking sense to me right now what this dude's trying to do. Like, I got nothing. Yeah, please, because I have so many questions and so many thoughts. I'm just like, I need more.
None of them will get answered. I promise you. I really. So this one says, she says, I messaged him and mentioned that it would probably be a better idea to talk this through the party tomorrow. Right? Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Maybe they have similar questions, or generally, it would be a better idea to just communicate with the party before just making random changes. And he said, quote, "It is not needed. Alright? I'm a great DM, and I know when."
Oh, Jesus. We're dealing with one of those.
End quote. Second red flag.
Yep.
I asked how we would be learning these new spells. As dungeon loot, in shops, and in that case, hopefully they wouldn't be like a one-time use in BG3. We have 3 wizards in our party. And while common ones like Magic Missile could be found anywhere, what about more obscure spells like the Gift of Alacrity or Catnap? Would we be able to get these as well? And apparently, I did something incredibly bad asking this. He went on a long rant about how players can't just keep doing whatever they want, how D&D is not a toy, it's a game, how I don't know anything about pacing or story writing, and Matt Mercer calls rules all the time. And this was not the type of reaction I was expecting from a simple question. Third red flag. Which, let's go over that, Antonio. What the fuck do I always say about Matt Mercer?
I don't want.
What the fuck do I always say?
I don't want to bash.
I love Matthew Mercer.
I like Matt Mercer. He seems like a nice guy.
One of his biggest fans. I love the guy, but you fucked us, Matt Mercer. You did. You were too good, and now you fucked the community just a little bit, buddy.
The moment you said Matt Mercer, I was just like, fuck. Shit.
You know, because it's there. It's fucking there. And the thing is,
yeah,
she's being very logical in her thinking. Hey, how do we get the spells? Like, I know that this would be something common. Is it one-time use? Is it this? Do we get more of this?
All
okay,
reasonable
what about
questions.
Pure spells that aren't common, right? Like things that you can find in your different source books. So, and then for him to come back and be like, "It's not a toy. It's a game." Okay, it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
he's avoiding the question.
100% avoiding the question because he didn't think it. Okay, I don't know how experienced this dude is. I'm guessing he's had bad experiences with magic users, and he's just trying to gimp them right now. He's just right out the gate, just like, nah, I'm gonna just hamstring you guys. I don't like how magic users are played and all that. They can just do kind of whatever they want. Nope, we're not gonna have that in my game. Like, that's what it feels like. Again, I don't know. We're gonna probably figure it out in the story here. That's that's the impression I'm getting. He's very controlling, and just doesn't like magic users because they probably have fucked with his plans too many times. Is my guess. You let me know how wrong I am, Joe, or how right I am.
I don't know, man. Like I said, dude, it gets insane. Which, Antonio, this one does have photos.
Oh, shit, and I can't even see them.
It has photos, and I'm going to send them over to you right now.
Do I want to see these photos? Have you got to put a spoiler on these?
You're going to want to listen to the story first.
Okay, all right. I will
you'll
not
have them. You'll have them available when I...
Okay, all right. That works, but my... Okay,
that's all right.
I'm not gonna wonder right now. The photos are gonna be in wherever you're sending them to. I'll leave them alone till the story's over. But I'm terrified. Actually, you've never sent me photos before from one of these stories.
I'm just saying, Antonio, it's something else, dude. It really is.
Okay.
Like, I've gone through these obviously beforehand,
of course.
Dude, these people are fucking insane, dude. I don't know how the fuck people act this way. Like, it's so controlling with everything that you're like, dude, there's no way.
Yeah, it's already
you actually do this.
Again, already out the gate. We have the 5 players leaving within a 2 weeks period. We have a player just asking a simple question. Quite literally, a simple question. Like, how is this going to work? Which, as a GM, you think if you're going to change a core thing like that, like, oh, hey, you guys can't learn spells anymore this way, you would think the next logical step is, oh, hey, I'm going to explain to you, though, how you're going to learn spells. Because for magic users, kind of important, right? Like, then casting spells kind of their bag.
Users don't need to cast spells, Antonio. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've never played a D&D game where magic users cast spells, bro.
You know, Joe, I have heard that's a bit of an urban legend. You know, I've personally never seen it either, but, you know, I hear it happens. I hear it happens every once in a while. But again, urban legend. The way I see it, if you haven't seen it, it doesn't happen. Am I right, guys? Like, come on now.
That's exactly how it is, man. If you don't see it, if I don't see it, if I don't hear it, it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
But either way, Antonio, it is lettered for you, so you can go through it with me when we do.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm gonna get into this part, and it gets just fucking weird, dude.
All right, let's.
So
I can imagine how it
says,
can get any weirder, but let's see.
It says, I said it's really better to communicate if you're changing core mechanics of a class, especially since we have 3 of that class in your group in a party, right? And he says, look, do you know what it's like to be in the middle of a war zone? And she responds with, I obviously wasn't expecting this, and I asked him what the hell that has to do with this. Yep. And his response was a mix of, what's wrong with you? There's definitely something wrong with you in real life. You're being a bit catty, aren't you? Wink. And it's just, I'm being targeted and you're crossing my boundary. I know you want to cross my boundaries, but I'm giving you my permission.
What the fuck?
And she responds, well, in my 20 years of DMing and playing, I've never met a DM who treated his players like personal fools like you are. You're disrespecting your players, you call your players names, you treat everything we say as a joke, and you call us names for just asking about mechanics. And she says, needless to say, I'm not a part of that group anymore. The DM's response while I was in the middle of blocking, okay, well, at this point, I take my permission back to have this conversation. I'm trying to offer you a safe and fun place, and to a player where you can just express yourself and get lost with others, but obviously it's not what you want. So, you want is conflict, and that's not okay with me.
Oh my...
And she responds with, the thing is that I would be completely fine with whatever buff or nerf he came up with, and this weird conversation.
If he explained it!
Because I wanted to know how this new rule was going to work. Exactly. And because I said it might be a better idea to just communicate something first.
How dare she?
Were absolutely fantastic, amazing combat, amazing roleplay, and we had great synergy and party dynamic. Really wish I could have just kept playing with these guys. That's it.
Like, okay. First and foremost, why are these like... So the party isn't... We have this situation, of course, bad DM, great party, which is why she stuck around for even one session, because I don't even think I would have stuck around for one session at that point. But, like, so... I'm not blaming anyone. I don't want anyone to take it that way. I don't understand why the players would stick with this dude. I don't understand it.
But Antonio, you're going to open up that first post image.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, alright, let's get into this.
You're on A, right?
Yeah, I'm right there on A. I'm right. Okay. Alright. I'm reading.
I'm gonna play the DM, and you're gonna read off the
other one.
Here,
okay,
right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'll let you lead off, buddy.
Oh, okay. So Lilith. Okay. Magic missile, fireball, and haste. I'll probably find at every shop. But what if I want to learn something like Gift of Eclairity? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Eclairity. Or catnap. Will shops have more obscure spells too?
Yes, but D&D is not a toy. It's a game, alright? There will be more powerful spells and loot and in dungeons and in shops, but I can't break the game because you have to have the feeling that you would be satisfied if I do. First off, you won't. Players are never satisfied with any amount of loot. In order to maintain tension in the game and balance risk and reward with danger, I have to maintain power scaling, challenge integrity, and the sense of progression. The sense of PCs being rewarded for effort, narrative consistency, the value, or I call it valence, over the rewards themselves, maintaining long-term interest, role perseverance, and pacing. You want me to throw all that out the window because you want to make any spell you want? How do you think I should respond to that? Again, I'm not your average DM. I am very, very good at this. Trust the process.
Even the best DM wouldn't just pull mechanic changes out of nowhere behind that party's back and get mad at players for asking questions.
Excuse me? Why do you say I'm mad? I'm not mad. I'm eating ice cream and watching YouTube. Lol. Look, do you know what it's like to be in the middle of a war zone? I do. After that, life is easy, okay?
What does that have to do with this? LOL?
Because I'm not mad or feeling emotional in any way, and you're just projecting your emotions onto me. I'm watching this video about AI, and I'm really not all concerned emotionally with what you're saying. I'm simply responding to you.
What?
And so, Antonio, it moves on to B.
Right.
But I have to talk about A little bit because what
you
the
have
fuck?
to,
Dude. Okay,
you
so
have
like
to
when you're reading the story and she talks about like we're getting these in shops, we're getting
just as is.
It's kind of like simple. It sounds more simple, but when you read his messages, the way that you're reading them, he is such a judgmental asswipe. Oh my God.
Just a fucking little
just
bit.
to sit here and be like, you know what it's like to be in the middle of war? No. Let me just tell you, after that, this is nothing. And you're like,
and maybe I'm dumb. What does that have to do with
D&D? Nothing.
Well, hang on, time out. One second. I'm gonna cut you off just for a second here, because hang on. All right, let's think about this from his standpoint. You like this whole war zone bullshit he's trying to pull here. Well, for one, you have a magic user who's studying up for spells outside that war zone to use them in the war zone. So you kind of counter
could be made.
You kind of presented a point, but it's not a very good one because technically a counterpoint can be made to this very easily and kind of blow this whole argument up.
Antonio, but it's not even. Dude, the thing about that is like. That would be a great intro into whatever, and like it would make sense psychologically with everything. She literally asks what this has to do with that.
Yeah.
And he's like, because I'm not mad or feeling emotional. You're projecting your emotion onto me. I'm watching a video about AI. It's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, nobody said anything about that. Nobody's talking about that.
I think someone else is projecting here, and you're eating ice cream because this person is questioning you, and you're feeling attacked and a little intimidating, so you had to turn to that comfort food and watch something to help you mellow out.
By the way, this man is like 30 to 40, by the way.
Which is insane to me, because like, who gets this worked up over someone asking like pretty valid questions?
Antonio, if you were like, hey, in Reemergence, this rule doesn't really make sense, and I don't really know what
Joe, have you ever been in a war zone? You haven't? Well, then,
have you ever shot a gun?
Have you ever shot a gun
before?
Do you know how they work?
Oh, do you know there's
Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think you knew what was going on. So, yeah, it's my game. I'm a better DM. I'm very, very good at this. Trust my process, okay? You don't ask questions. Ever. Questions are for pussies. Don't ever ask questions.
Like, what is even going on here? I don't know. I look at it,
I physically can't tell you, because what the fuck is this shit, dude? Really, like, honest to God, like, I'm sitting here,
bro,
trying, but Antonio, let's just go through B.
Okay, let's go through. Just wow. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off here. Are you okay in real life? Is there something that's making you like angry or hurt?
Being shown that I'm not part of the game.
Oh. Okay, I think I get it now. That was not my intention at all. In fact, it isn't the fact that I'm here listening to you and not blowing you off evidence that you aren't important or valuable?
I mean, you kind of told me to suck it up. Trust the process when I'm asking questions. Paraphrased.
Suck it up is not trust the process. Trust the process is a request for trust and not a demand for comply. Keyword here is trust. Dude, something's going on with you. Like, are you okay?
How can I trust something I don't know much about?
Yeah, tell me more.
This was extremely uncalled for.
Yeah, and she's calling back to.
She's calling back to when he's asking like if she's okay and all that. Like, are you okay and all that? Like, can I give her?
Yeah, something's wrong with you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, huh? Really? I'm being targeted? You're not allowed to cross my boundary and take your anger out on me without my permission. For now, you have my permission. So Tell me more about how you can't trust something you don't know about.
And I was wondering why 5 people ran away from you in 2 sessions. Good luck.
Whoa. You're quitting? Which, Antonio, this is peak. This should be peak fiction. This should be like
this can't be real.
This is a joke.
This is something like out of a TV show where like the actors are just kind of like playing it up, right?
Dude,
like
this
they're being
is
overly
AI.
dramatic.
This is a dude using ChatGPT 1 compared
like
to 4
has to be
with his response.
This cannot be a human being actually responding like this. There's
Dude,
just no fucking way. There's no way.
Who the fuck is like, you can't be mad at me, that's crossing my boundary. That's not a boundary. I can be mad at you all I fucking want. What
exactly, especially when it's like, you're kind of being an ass. Like.
Well, I'm just... we're asking a...
It's asking a question, a valid one.
We asked one question. One question. And this motherfucker is blowing up like it's nothing else. Like, it's...
Oh my
like,
God.
it's a personal attack that you asked him what we're gonna do with this.
Yep.
And when you were like, gave us a snobby answer, we said, what the fuck, dude? Why are you being snobby? And then now you're portraying like you are trying to be the good guy here.
They're playing
not
the
good guy, buddy.
They're
You're
playing
not
the
the
victim
one
at this point.
Well, they're not even playing the victim. They're acting like they're making this other person the victim and saying that they're the good guy. Like classic good guy. Like, I'm listening to you. Look, like I don't care. Like you know what? You're crossing my boundary, but I'm letting you cross my boundary.
Exactly, because like he's saying like, oh, you crossed my boundary. He's making him. Well, yeah, no, I guess he's making himself out to be like the good guy here. Like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like you're
doing this for you.
Here.
I'm doing this for you.
Jesus Christ, this. We still have 2 more of these to go, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we do. We're on to C.
Oh my God.
Which this one is. Antonio, I'm like red hot. I'm like hot in the face right now.
Yeah.
This is so fucking stupid. This is idiotic. Listen, to anybody out there that's a DM,
don't act this way,
dude. It's cool to think that, like, if you have evidence to back up your good DM, by all means, flaunt that shit.
Yeah.
You know, my player, like I say it on the show. My players, some of my players, they really like my stuff. I've been told before that my players really like that. Don't tell them that you're a good DM. That comes off arrogant, and that comes off that people aren't going to want to play.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, well, my friends that have played with me really like that I do this.
Yep.
And you just use evidence of other people saying things, it comes off a little nicer. So don't do that. Don't be an asshole and call yourself the best DM in the world, or that you're gonna do something stupid or whatnot.
I don't want to say it comes off as like what he's doing is coming off as manipulative.
He's trying to gaslight. You can see it.
Thank you.
He's
definitely trying to gaslight.
I mean, this
he's definitely
woman,
tried.
This woman is not taking it. That's really funny.
Good. Kudos on her, because she ain't fucking taking shit from this person.
Yeah, I love the person that's in this story. It's so great, man. Fucking love this.
Frickin', because good on her, because she just like saw through all the bullshit. She's just like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because I'm looking at this and I'm just like, again, mind fucking blown, because that's just like, what is wrong with this fucking guy? Again, like you said, it was one question. It was a fair question to ask, and he just, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, Joe. Again, we can read through the rest of these things, but I don't fucking get this dude at all. You're the psychological one here. You're the one who normally can analyze and stuff like that. I'm just looking at this dude and just think he's a fucking whack job. That's all I'm saying.
I honestly, I understand.
I'm just saying, bro. That's my 2 cents on the matter.
We're on post C now.
We're on post C.
Wait, you're quitting? And you personally attack me? Okay, lol. Just chill and explain to me your point of view. If you quit, I'm gonna think you don't have one, and you prove me right that you're just attacking me for attack's sake.
Oh my God.
And you've attacked me like 3 times, and I haven't attacked you at all. So.
You told me to come to you with anything I have concerns about. I came to you, and you said that not communicating with your party before. I came to you and said that not communicating with your party before making rule changes is not great, and asked questions about the new rules you came up with. For some reason, you took it as an attack on your ego when all I wanted to know was what you were envisioning.
Alright. That's fair. I don't have an ego, though.
How do you think I should respond to this? Again, I'm not your average DM. I'm very, very good at this. Trust the process. Calling him out is bullshit, and it's 100% fair.
Antonio, I think that my favorite sentence in this one is like, you've attacked me like 3 times, and I haven't attacked you at all. Which, in fact, you have indeed.
Only been on the offensive.
You have only been on the offensive the entire fucking time.
You're just like the only reason. I'm shocked. I will tell you, I am actually shocked that he at least was aware enough to be like what she said all here with telling him like what all went down in this conversation here so far, and him actually saying like that's fair, but I don't have an ego. It's like, man, you sure about that, buddy? You would think so. Because you think I will. Here is a perfect identifier for this dude has a fucking ego. Because at first he agrees with it. He's like, okay, that's fair. Like it's almost like, okay, maybe I fucked up. But then he has to, of course, step back. He has to walk it back.
He had it, and then he dropped the ball.
Yep, because he had to walk it back a little bit at that point. But he had to walk the. I don't want to say apology. It's not an apology. The acknowledgement of that, by then following up with, but I don't have an ego. It's like,
yeah,
you fucking do, dude. The fact that you had to follow it up with that kind of shows
the fact you have to say it is enough, buddy.
Like, seriously.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, we got.
So post D is the final post.
Yes.
And like I said, I absolutely fucking love the poster in this one.
She is just giving him the business.
I have to thank you so much, just personally. If you end up watching it when I send it to you, I'm gonna say it right now. What a fucking badass! This is so funny. I love how often this guy tries to fucking gaslight your ass, and you immediately shoot him down. Funniest shit I've read in a while.
I will just say it's very cathartic to see someone do this. It's very cathartic just to see someone sit there and just be like, you want to? No, fuck you, dude. You're sitting there trying to say all this bullshit, and it's not even like she's just calling him out on the floor there. I fucking love it.
And over, yeah. It's fantastic.
And like I said, very cathartic just to read all this. All right, what was your boundary here exactly? What that I was crossing?
For assuming your emotions. I just don't have a whole lot of information over text to make accurate judgments, okay?
Asking about specific mechanics of the... asking for specifics of the new mechanics. I don't want to be at the table where that is a boundary.
Are you being catty right now? Lol.
In my 20 years of DMing, I have never met a DM who treated his players like his personal fools. Like, you disrespect your players? Fools like you are. Okay. No, it's two separate. Okay, my bad. Like his personal fools like you are. You disrespect your players, you call your players names, you treat everything we say as a joke.
Okay, well, at this point, I take my permission back to have this conversation. I am trying to offer you a safe and fun place to player where you can express yourself and get lost with others, but that's not what you want. You want conflict, and it's not okay with me.
Fuck that dude. Poster, seriously. You saved yourself, you saved yourself here. Congratulations, and you called that fucking dick. You called him out and he fucking needed it. He needed to get checked, like 100%. Like I don't know if these players have ever done it, but this dude needed it badly, and thank Christ you gave it to him. Because just Joe, I like, what the fuck, dude. That's all I can say to this. Just what the fuck.
Yeah, and there's some things where like the conversation was in like direct messaging and whatnot,
Yes.
so it wasn't.
Yeah, so it would have been better if this had been a group chat where everyone could see this. I'll tell you this much: we wouldn't have gotten past B. Like B would not have happened, or at least C. Like C and D was not going to happen if that's in a group chat where everyone can see it. Because she's like calling him out and making very valid points, and everyone would fucking see it. Like, I guarantee you, after that conversation was done with her and everything, he probably went back to this group, just like, oh, yeah, no, she was doing X, Y, Z, she was doing this and that, and yeah, you know, like, she left, guys. And, like, I'm not the problem here. She was the problem. Like, I guarantee you that was fucking the conversation he had afterwards. Dude, it just, I cannot stand when people manipulate facts, and I guarantee you that's exactly what he did after this conversation happened. Guarantee it. And it really just grinds my gears when I see stuff like that.
Yeah, and I will say that there is a.
Oh, do we got more info?
There's a little bit more with like some actual player drama.
Oh no.
Which is like.
Oh no. Don't say that, Joe. Don't say there's player drama.
There is some player drama in the comments, and I'm going to read the comments.
Okay.
Just because I think it's good context.
Okay, alright.
So, it says, this person says, I'm not blind nor desperate. This user must be the land of assumptions. And it says, hi, the OP, it's Draven. The way he talks in his DMs is not how he acts during sessions. As OP said during the game, it's really fun. He's patient, lets you fuck around and find out. And I'm sad to see his responses here. I saw a notification when he updated the house rules of the announcement. By the time I was actually able to go check the message, it had already been deleted. Then a few hours later that he said OP disagreed with the rules and left. He was very vague with why OP was upset. And that was suspicious to me and my buddy that play because last session we all had a great time. I'm also just now learning that there's been 5 people that left. I only knew of 2 that ghosted him, quote unquote, and 1 that had to leave due to medical reasons. And there's another guy that says, so the other user is another player that says, the quote, the way he talks in DMs is not how he acts in sessions. Well, you could have fooled me. He sounds like he's got a porcupine up his ass 24/7. Refuses to take it out and instead makes it everyone else's problem. Why the hell would anyone in their right mind play with this douchebag? And they reply, during the game, he usually just lets players interact with each other in the environment. He only talks when he's acting as an NPC, narrating, or when a player has a question. He tries to stay on track, and if he has to interrupt someone, he will apologize, which normally sounds genuine. During one of his conversations, he never messaged me like he did the OP. So what I'm trying to convey is that he does not act like a douchebag during games. When he announced that people had ghosted, quote unquote, I did notice that he would just be much angrier than I would think would be necessary. He did cancel a session because he was so upset, quote unquote. Those instances I definitely raised an eyebrow at, but I've never DM'd before, so I just chalked it up to being really passionate about it. My takeaway from the post is that I just haven't stepped on the beast's tail yet. And so the OP actually acknowledges this person and says, very nice to see you here. Really enjoyed playing together. It was a lot of fun. And they say, the way he talks in his DMs is not the way he acts during sessions, which the OP says this is true. And this is the reason it caught me so off guard and by surprise. My 1.5 sessions were very fun, and playing with you guys was very fun. And I saw a notification when he updated, and then he deleted that message, right? She's replying to that one that says, I messaged him pretty much immediately upon him posting it. I left the server shortly after, so he may or may not have changed or removed them. And then he said that she's replying to that one part again that they were saying he only knew of 3 people total. And she says, I have heard and seen 5 names that have left before I joined the group.
Wow. Well, okay, so, but like, yeah, see, fucking vague about it. Doesn't sit there and tell him what happened, because why would he, right? Like, because like if he sits there and tells him what's going on, like really what's going on, he looks like the bad guy here because, well, he kind of is. Again, when you sit there and treat people like that, it's no fucking wonder they run off. And I'm sorry, as a player at the table, if I just see people leaving like that, again, you go through 5 players in 2 weeks. There's definitely some eyebrow raising that's going on there. Like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they just like leaving like that? I definitely might have a question or two, because it's just like it makes no sense. But I can at least maybe understand why they stick around if he doesn't act like that in games, because of course he fucking can't. Because if he did, no one's gonna play with him, and he knows that. But yeah, just to
well, dude, it's like take that, and that's where I get like that like player drama where it's like this kid never acted this way around us, and it's like, yeah. But personally, from person to person, apparently he's a piece of shit.
Well, and who's
got a huge ego about like, listen, like, what do you mean? Like, again, the whole thing that gets me is like when he's like, I don't have to explain it to you. You need to trust the process.
Yes, I don't like that.
That doesn't answer a question. You know, that is avoiding a question that if you don't have the fucking answer to, you don't have the answer. And I'll be honest, not every GM is going to have the answer immediately to a question. Even if you post something like that, and maybe people question it, just say that. Just say, I don't have the answer yet. It's been something I've been working on. I just, I feel like
I'm sorry though, Joe. I feel like if you're going to change a core mechanic, you need to have, like, that question she asked, that should be numero uno on your list of things to think about, right? If
Absolutely.
Like, that should be first thing on your mind. And if someone asks that question, you should be either willing to answer it or just say like, oh, hey, I know I'm kind of being rash about this, but I am, by the time we play next session, I will have that rule straightened out. But I just want to change it. I just want to change this up. I think it'll be fun for the game. Like, even if you just said that,
just
totally
be cool
fine
about it, then, dude. Like I said, like, just be cool about it. You don't have to be an ass about it. You don't have to sit there and run circles and make them think that X, Y, Z is happening when it's not, or this is going on and it's not, or this is going on and it's not. Like, dude, just say what the fuck you want to say, or at least like answer what's going on, because like these people are confused. I'm fucking confused.
No fucking.
You didn't even answer the goddamn question.
Nope.
Once, not even once did you answer the fucking question, dude.
One
Which
deflection
bothers
after
me
the next.
because I'm like, but like, what the fuck, dude?
And I will say this.
Like, Antonio, let me put it this way: as much as I've laughed during this episode, it actually really does piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, are you serious? You're playing a game where the whole fucking reason you're playing this game is it's a communication-based game. You talk with people. You talk to your players. They talk. You talk. Everybody talks. I mean, dude, I've been a DM for almost fucking 15 years, man. And I can't imagine in my head ever doing something like this. And it always bothers me hearing these stories, man, because I'm like, God damn, dude. You would think, like, we have a lot of friends that we've made on this show. And a lot of them have played as a DM. Every single one of them I commend on this show 100%. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. You would never do this. No. And that's what makes you great. Because you learn from the mistakes that you make.
To be fair, I don't think any of them have made this mistake in particular.
Bro, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to make this.
I would hope not.
Antonio, and this is a dude that says he's been DMing for 10 plus something years, dude. That to me is like, that's such bullshit. That's horse shit.
Yes.
Because if you actually played a game, if you ever had a gripe as a D&D player playing someone else's game, which I know people have, those listening to us now, I know you have had a problem like this. I know you have had one because I have had one. Antonio has had one. Our friends have all had one. My brothers have had one. The people I know that in my game shop have had one. Everybody has that one guy or one gal or one whoever person that just fucking ruins it. ruins it for everybody else. But it sticks with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sticks with you, and it makes you say, I'm not going to be that way when I DM. And that's how we get the people that we've interviewed on our show. They make games because they want to prevent certain things from happening, or they want to focus on some different aspects, or they have different goals in mind and stuff like that. But it's like, not once would I ever expect them to act the way that I would. If I played with them, I guarantee you I would not ever feel the way that I feel just
right now. Like, just, I will say this: I don't think there's too much player drama, if you will. I don't think like the player who came and like says like, oh well, he doesn't act that way in games. I think I was more just explaining, possibly like, hey, like I never knew he acted like that in DMs. He does not behave.
Well, at
that
the
way
very
in
end,
games.
they have a little comment later on
that
says that like they were like, "Oh, I did not know they acted like this." It's actually great to have these screenshots because we had been pressing them about why they left, and he would answer. So, and it's like, because I guess at first they had read it and they had a different view of it.
Right.
They initially thought it was like a schmear thing.
Right. They're thinking that he's like, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But yeah, man, and I don't have much else to say this time.
Yeah, no, this story was a fucking doozy. I'm just wow.
But OP, you handled that 100% the way that I can't even fault you for it. Like a champ, yeah.
Yep.
100%. You know, thank you so much for letting us hear your story today. It was fantastic to talk about. It was even more fun to get to laugh about. And like I said, you're awesome. You're awesome. You took everything that I could ever give advice-wise, and you applied it 100%. And that's really cool. So thank you very much. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know, guys, please look out in the next 10 days. We're going to be coming out with Reemergence over on BackerKit. We will be taking a hiatus this coming month. We're just going to take some time away to get everything prepared because we've got that. And then, boom, right after that one, we're going to get, on Halloween night, we're going to have Parasitic Paradigm.
Yeah,
version 1. Fun. Now, it will release, and we're hoping to get everything together. But obviously, edits will be made. Things will go up to about version 1.05, and then we will release that on BackerKit as well. So look forward to that. Look forward to all the changes and things that we have coming up on Patchwork Games. Please remember that you guys can look up on our guild, Patchwork Games Discord. Just look it up on guilds. Send in that application. Come join us and come join the community with everybody that's been playing our games, been talking about the show, been talking about our different things that have been going on, all sorts of stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on, and tonight we're even playing our card game.
Yeah,
so if you guys are also interested not only in TTRPGs but tabletop in general, we are coming out with a card game. So that'll be really fun to have and get ready with all you guys. I look forward to everything that's been going on, and I thank you guys so much for the support. Again, if you guys don't mind, please tell your friends about our show. We are hitting, we're pretty close. I would say about 60%, 60 plus subs to 100. Hoping we can get to 100 by the end of this year. I'm looking really forward to it.
Would be nice.
So please, thank you guys so much for everything you do, everything, all the support, everything. And of course, if you want to, please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your tables, tell whoever you can, because it really, really does help us out when you guys subscribe, like, comment. We've had plenty of comments. We have one that was from one of the actual authors of the episodes. Please, if you watch the episode and you want to add more, please add that comment. It always helps out on either our YouTube or Spotify, preferably our YouTube because it happens to get more traction. But again, it all helps, and I cannot imagine, like, I could never have imagined how well this podcast would have been doing about 8 months ago now, 9 months ago. I never would have thought that it was
doing
as big as we did. I thought we might end up with 5 subscribers by the end of the year.
No kidding.
But,
seriously,
you know, having 60 is really fucking awesome, and I could never thank you guys enough for it. Especially with everything, including our games and whatnot. You guys have enjoyed so much of that, and we're almost to 100 members in our Discord as well. So please, if you want to look us up, go up on Discord Guilds and look up Patchwork Games Discord. Send in your application so we know that you're an actual human being, and we will accept it, and you guys can come chat about anything you want that is, of course, TTRPG related. So thank you very much, and Antonio, of course, thank you for being here and talking with me about all these horrible, horrible acts that people do.
Of course, and hey, hey, looking forward to the second season, Joe. I know I said we weren't gonna have one. I decided we'll do it. We'll do it, Joe. We'll see how season 2 goes.
And last, don't you worry, babies. Don't you worry. I've got you. We're gonna have new music for season 2, so that way you don't have to listen to the same old music that you've been hearing for the past year. But thank you all so much for everything, and I think that's everything. Anything else we need to touch on?
Always make sure to brush your teeth. I got nothing else.
Yeah, make sure your cats are brushed.
Yes, make sure your cats are brushed. Good one, Joe.
And I guess, Antonio, remember DMs. Stay dastardly.